John Shingles just walked back there, and also Len Haggett. Go on to the line. Everybody just staying in their cars.
Come on. Superstar! Star! Star! How many bullocks are on? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I reckon that's as far as you'll get them. Unless we bring them up again. Walk up, sir. Walk up, sir. Walk up left. Walk up, left. Walk up left. That'll do, then. Good start.
Breaking the bullet length in halves now so they can put the wagon on alongside of it.
Hey, whoa, boy. Another bullet, another bullet. Another bullet.
Yeah, that's got him down quick.
Well done.
Right away.
450 kilometres, Jim and his weary team crossed the Adelaide Hills to catch the first glimpse of the city and their final destination. Mike Smithson was there.
The Kelly gang, complete with 24 bullocks, a team of loyal helpers and a loaded wagon, trudged out of Naracoorte on March the 15th. 48 days later, they were within view of Journey's End, Port Adelaide. Jim and his fellow travellers were given a hero's welcome as they gingerly made their way down Flagstaff Hill Road this morning. Inquisitive householders and a throng of schoolchildren lined the precarious route. Even the motorist didn't seem to mind being stuck in a long bank up. Jim will arrive at the port at 11 o'clock Monday morning, where he'll deliver 26 bales of wool and a load of royal mail he's carted all the way from the southeast. Even Jim, a dyed-in-the-wool rural man, had to admit it was welcome relief to see the city come into view.
Jim, tell us, what's it like to have seen the city skyline as you came over that hill? Did you think that you'd never see it?
Yeah, I often thought that, yes. It was marvellous to get this far.
Was the trip as tough as you thought it would be? Would you do it again?
Oh, well, I wouldn't do it again, but And I don't know that it was any tougher, but we were all full stretch to be able to do this. But it's been a great deal of fun, and we've had lots of laughs and a lot of fellowship, and the people have marvellous to supported us with everything we needed.
The historic walk has all been part of our Jubilee 150 festivities. But today, Jim called on 20th century horsepower. 2 4-wheel drives were hooked to the back of the wagon to stop it and the Bullock team careering down the hill. Mike Smithson.
Jim Kelly and a handful of friends left Naracoorte on March the 15th. His aim was to recreate the journey of the old wool carters of last century. With his Bullock team, Jim walked the distance, camping out at night or stopping at farms along the way. And today his epic journey came to an end. Hundreds of Port Adelaide residents turned out for his arrival and reception by Port Adelaide Mayor Roy Martin. Jim's Bullock team carried with it a load of wool from the southeast that will be unloaded to form part of a Jubilee exhibition at the Elders Wool Store. Australia Post at Port Adelaide also received mail from Naracoorte, although they say the postal service...
The place we ever said we'd be, and I think that clock's a minute or so slow. But we're trying very hard to be on time at our only real appointment.
But the crowds and the excitement rattled a few of the more flighty bullocks, and Darky responded to Bullocky Jim's attempts to remove his booties with a swift kick to the forehead. While Jim was carted off to the local doctor, the team moved on to Elders Gilman Wool Store to unload 26 bales, but they refused to complete the journey without their leader.
No show without punch.
No.
Oh dear.
All right, you ready, Murray?
So Bullocky Jim's adventure ended. He'll be in bed in Naracoorte tonight. The beasts will be living it up at the Levels pasture at Salisbury, and none of them will ever forget their 450-kilometre marathon trek. Anne Johnson.
Kelly harnessed the pole shorthorn bullocks and left their Naracoorte property in March. The long trek went smoothly until the hard bitumen roads took their toll on the bullocks' feet. Special boots had to be made for the animals so they could continue their trek. In checking the boots on one of the animals today, Jim was kicked and had to have a gash on his head stitched. But in the tradition of the historic reenactment, the teamsters and the bullocks completed the trip on schedule. At Port Adelaide, bales of wool hauled 400 kilometres by the bullocks were offloaded for storage. The cargo will be a special exhibit at the Wool Expo on the sheep's back at Wade.
All over and the wool is coming down.
It was a magical sight, a sight Adelaide hasn't seen for nearly a century. A span of bullocks bringing the wool to market. 16 steer power instead of horsepower. A dream Naracoorte farmer Jim Kelly had to reenact part of Australia's history for the Jubilee 150. A journey fraught with difficulty.
Oh, it's marvellous. It's been a marvellous experience. Great experience, yes.
But are you glad it's nearly over?
Oh, I think so, yes. 51 days to do anything like this is long enough, and we want to go back and see how things are at home, yes.
Jim's plan to turn back the clock and drove a team of bullocks to the state capital began as a joke and then became serious in his beardless days in 1983.
I'd always threatened the family that when I got old that was one thing I was going to do. I'd never seen a Bullock team, but then when the 150th announcements were being made, it suddenly became respectable and a worthwhile thing to do.
So Jim bred and trained a team of bullocks, and in March, with a band of like-minded mates and local sponsorship, set off on this historic trip.
Well, on the physical level, it'll be a good little exercise. You know, just to get there itself is going to extend all of us. There's 200 or 300 years of animal handling experience in this team. And we'll need all our skills to just to get there.
Jim, Star having a rest?
Walk up. Walk up, Ginger. Walk up.
Who did we have in? Who we got here that worked yesterday? There's the two little fellas, Warrigal and Brumby. Thought we needed them. We're going to go for 14 again?
This morning, after 250 miles and 51 grueling days on the road, overlanding paddocks and bitumen, they got there. And a huge crowd turned out to greet them at their first city stop, Port Adelaide Post Office, where they delivered the mail.
That was a very well-deserved welcome to a bloke who's done a great job. I think you ought to also clap the team and the bullocks again.
The best part has been the public reaction to it. All day and every day we've had people with us. Some have stayed for a week, you know, and some for days, and some for hours, some for minutes. But it's been, and we've been given all sorts of food and hay and water and yards and sheds to sleep in, and you know, it's unreal how the public support, and now the city people have turned out, and it's marvellous to be associated with a thing like that.
One of the highlights of the journey was a Rotary meeting and sing-along in costume by the side of the road. Rotarians from all over Australia flew in to attend. Jim Kelly admits that at the start of the journey, he was fearful the team wouldn't make it.
As usual, all the worry was wasted.
But you did have a bit of strife with the Bullock's hooves.
Well, largely the whole exercise was to do with getting so far in bare feet and then so far with boots on. We were across through paddocks, we had help from farmers and all the way. And now we're cutting the boots off now, and hopefully by the time we get this next mile or so done, they'll all be gone.
The final stop, Elders Woolshed. Tonight, Jim's having a well-earned rest and looking forward to not getting up early tomorrow. And his bullocks are at Jepp's Cross. No, they're not going to be made into meat pies. They too are having a rest, because soon they'll be taking part in more Jubilee reenactment.
Breakfast time. The breakfast time, you was digging around, like this over the
yeah, you'd be having a cup of tea and somebody would come, hey, what are you doing? Look round at him and he click. And he was sitting having that breakfast and somebody come along and what are you doing? Look up his hand and snap you. Having breakfast. Oh, Luke Reed or any of them, you know, Jock Smith would do the same. They'd come around, hey, what are you doing? Quick. That's the way you go.
That was good to feel that.
Yeah. We walked around, I was like Christmas, but I can't do it. I walked around saying, you've got it.
Yeah.
Now around, but I can't want to eat that for
yeah, get up with it in the dark, you know, wonderful.
Yeah, he took photo of the moon setting up on the sunrise.
Yeah.
Let's show you some loose.
Well, you also fucking have a leak in you like you do.
That'd be some great little people. Yeah.
She's no trouble. She's anybody thinks you're going to buy a ticket, you might get trouble.
You couldn't buy a big enough tree.
Buy a thicky toolie or something like easy like you do. Well, down one day, down a crowd here, one day crowd voting, not me to buy here, leaning on a leak, I'm busting a leak. I was getting in the bush. It'll be all right. It's got to be right. I can't behind it. You got to do it like a lick like a horse. That's what the physical is. He does it, buddy. He can't quite help me. I'll still behind him. He got to do it.
So you didn't wait till he started to move away from him.
Oh, he wouldn't do that. He jumped over more fences down Port Road and the gardens, and I don't know whether there's anybody looking out their windows. You get in behind the bush, those bushes will either be 20 feet high now or dead. You look round, the steam had stopped, and you look round, and then gone. Next minute he's stepping over a low fence with a grin on his face, coming back.
Well, even the women are not going to buy the doors and ask to use the toilet. When you're in the summer.
We all on Karen.
She could even ask to feed them.
Not in it, but you reckon.
Sometimes there's enough rain to stop in front of a service station. We dive in there with a couple of ugly dives in on one private shop. You just couldn't find a place anyway. But you got to sit in the town and not get a bit of problem. When they go out bloody straight uphill, we stopped in one bit of a nature strip and a few trees might go around and that water like there before me. It was awkward there and sand killing.
That tree will die for sure, won't it?
No, the very law still stands if you've got a thing you can up the front with your vehicle and you and I can't move about it. As long as you turn your back on it. The bully can turn his back on the woman, that'll leak.
You're not improving. He said, if I go, will you go?
I think him all the way after, he didn't make a very good job of it. That's what I all over for.
Yeah, he's looking after him.
Even my Batman, it's fun for him.
Batman, yeah. Did this belong to you? Oh yeah, where'd you find it, he'd say. Oh, you left it on the chair when you had tea. Oh, here's your hat and jumper, you know. That's what I bloody brought you for.
Every officer needs a Batman.
Oh, bloody hell, look after him like a sore toe.
Did you get any more shirts, Dad? Did you get any more shirts?
No, I've still got the shirt, the cap,
As you walk through the workshop. You don't think of it, never
couldn't find the gin to trade the shirt in with either.
Tried the shirt, mine.
But you seen Lenny's hand was closed, pushing sealers up on the blade of wood.
The time you come up there, you play 7 feet high. What did you tell Bob? What did you tell Bob?
Bob down.
No, Bob
far away.
Oh, you're exactly it.
Bob down in town?
I saw Reggie in the queue. I saw Bob.
He met more relations on the trip.
Reggie came right up with that.
Sonny B's flying in. Anybody seen Lenny Haggett? Anybody seen Lenny Haggett? You know Lenny Haggett? Oh,
never met before.
42nd cousin.
Reggie and the two. I'll come after they've been your pistol or some sort to go to racing.
That, no, don't say that when you're on television.
Did you pack a winner that night,
No.
You had a bloody win in the car with you, like that.
Jealousy's a curse.
You come that time also come with me 3 times. You were not okay.
Yeah, you never sent her up when I was at bed.
I said, yeah, I got the mind, you know, when I was Naracoorte. I thought that didn't sound very good to you when you were Naracoorte.
As long as you're still looking for it. You never kid got along your way, did you?
No.
You've been old.
Look, I'll be on the button on.
Yeah.
Here on the button.
She didn't even
cut him up here on the foot.
She didn't even know a folded foot. I thought you might have, she didn't. She made a fold, didn't it?
Every time I looked round, you had your hand on the button.
You wasn't touching you the word either then.
No, he was not. No, I didn't give him the whole head a bit of slap one day. Yeah, fairly broad acres head of it.
Picking up more than what you can handle.
Yeah.
Long Oh, you mean you look like you can be alright. We had to walk a long way. She would have worked right on the far up the 330 place, but she had to go up a half a mile or something and leave the car to walk back up and walk with the other car. She was very football one night. I think about it, just a kid. Big woman.
Oh, then he cured them. He's got the...
First hit me when I got to come back from Rhodes 2 years ago. I got there to go with him. But initially I intended to go for a week.
Are you just going to go for a week and then come back?
Initially I was.
Then he conned me into going with him to look after him.
You go to nursemaid,
yeah, I went as nursemaid.
He didn't want to that one first. He did a good job.
Now, I cut it out. You should give a fellow a bit of encouragement. Looked after you really well. Everybody says you look remarkably well after your trip. Yeah. That wasn't my fault.
Well, would you do it again?
No. He might.
I'll do it again. When people were worn up, especially the kiddies, the kiddie boys will be all over you. Right? Something you'll never see again.
I have a thing other to give an arse, would you go?
No, I'll go.
Oh, I suppose we'd go for arse. I'm not so sure about that.
Oh, the funny story was the morning we camped at Malang and it came in wet. And they rigged up the light the night before and the power plant. And I tried to hook it to the big truck. And the bloody company jack had the idea you're going to shift the big truck. He never undone it. He just popped the truck and took off. I'm down under the road in the shoulder having his porridge and I look around and the bloody light was snake around the leg. So you got
running away from it.
And then everything about the kitchen started to come all around. Well, that'll bloody roar at me. What the bloody hell are you doing? He get out and everything, he pulled everything down. He back and forward loads, he back forward loads.
You had some good food from that while you were away.
Oh, we had turkey dinner.
Yes, well. We used to bring very great pots of beautiful soup and real thick rich soup.
Yeah, they bring along everything, eh?
One woman came out at 8:30 in the morning with a hot cup of coffee and stopped on the road, and hot scone. Another two girls come along talk to us. They had a yarn with us, they would see you later. And a couple of hours later, they caught up with freshly baked biscuits.
People are really good.
The ice, one stinking hot day before we got to Amaroo, it was very stinking hot, and 9:30 was having the ice cream. One of the ice creams was people come along. And I used to funny, hey, you give us a bloody ice cream. These kids will stop. And I opened the door, there you go, go and help yourself. And the bloody ice cream came out, it was like a kid in lolly, so you looked like you like, it was the bastard all good to me. Well, you give us one each, we had you with one each. I said, well, stop me, when you come to the mobile kitchen, you stop and you give them 2 big cartons of ice cream. We're eating ice cream for bloody days after, they give them to the kids. Then after across the front, along my down the baker came past. Shingle, he wouldn't give a bloody jump in the bottle. And I said, top of that bloody bacon some bread. And then I bake a top and we got 3 loads of bread over it. I said, you want to wake up with your bloody self? When they bake on top and get fresh bread. And he gave us the fresh bread. But the Port Adelaide, his father and grandfather had been bush driving. And one woman came to me and said, my great auntie was the greatest bush driver there was in the Adelaide Hills. And I thought, you know, that's coming a big area lady up to the bloody lot of Adelaide Hills. Well, some of them, you tell me only had half a couple of weeks and they didn't know anything about the bush. One woman came to me, she said, they're the leaders. She said, I know about bush, I do. She said, they're the leaders and they're the pullers. I said, well, that's not quite right. What are they? They're the poles. Oh, she said, somewhere near. I said, all bloody pullers. But some of them, one of those got an Bullock driver, and I found out after he joined the police force when he was 28, until he got the police force. And he picked up the whip and soon he picked up the bloody whip. We both knew that he hadn't just Bullock. Once you get out in front of him, in fact, I'm trying to make a couple of them. What did he do? Yeah. Kelly and Shingle all raved about him. Pop Pierce, and his Bullock driving all his life. I was talking about out and he joined the police force.
Never did Bullock.
Well, he might have seen 1 or 2 teams, he never did Bullock. He don't stand out in front of Bullock and pick up and make a couple.
We were standing together one day and I see an old fella coming past the team and I said to Len, here's an old Bullocky coming up. And he came up and he said, I used to drive Bullocks when I was a young fella.
Funny, one of the funniest things when he was in trouble on Mount Penny, when they looped and stuff, when he had trouble getting the sewer, an old bloke come with, he was an old, he'd driven Bullocks in a camel, like Freddie Manole. He's 84. That's easy. You got the wrong bloody animal, boys. You'll have camel with you. They'll take you through. With his son, they went and got the big tractor and pulled us through.
Yeah.
And you had a fair bit of trouble with people walking up to the Bullocks and that, didn't you?
Oh, they crowd round them. Everybody wanted to walk up and pat them and crowd round them. And
One woman went up against Star, and against Star, and I thought she got a bloody kick, you know, all your lovely things. I said, you know, what's the crazy bloke got all over, she won't do it again. You know what, everyone want to pat.
Nice and polite too, wasn't it?
No, we got pretty round off the people.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't, when you wanted to start, they wouldn't move back or anything.
But every kid wanted to come along and
pat them. Yeah.
One day I walked
they
back.
pat them anyway.
I walked back one day when the wagon was standing, and underneath the wheels of the wagon, just about there, was a baby crawling around on the ground. And the Bullock people went in there. The kid went up and poked him, he kicked him, killed him, he killed him. I let her roar and get that bloody kid out of there, and the woman said, get him out, you don't want him killed.
Was there a bloke in a wheelchair as well?
Oh, yeah.
The day they camped under the bloody slide bar, and people come right side, and I stand at the head, I stand there open, stand at the head, and then this poor bloke in a wheelchair come up, and he was only 7 metres out from the Bullocks, in the wheelchair, and there was this big plane come over, and that bloody bloke got shot down with a shotgun, and the Bullock hit him like that, and they all run, and the poor bloke in the wheelchair left there behind. So you got out to the horrible. The other bucket, you were doing the race, that's right, you were there. The other bucket, they were all back, huddled around the wagon talking. I had a roar and bring up some bloody halter. Horner looks like, what water? Put on these bloody bullets, don't try and control them. Somebody get killed here, I reckon. I told them, if these bullies come around, how do you people get killed? Get the hell out of them. Or you get back through, you're going to be right up against us.
You know, you told us a story about Paddo cracking the whip at a lady or something. You had a go at a Paddo. Didn't you tell us the other night?
No, yeah, well, but you know, when you run up to a woman with a bloody whip and you crack the whip behind you, you're wrong bed and you beat my head, I told you that. I didn't see it, but Rodney told me I hit one woman across the face with it when the backpack hit the bull and dropped across the face. She was a red wheel down the face. You didn't know, use the whip, that just push up on you, push right up on you. And lots of places, all we could do is use the whip handle.
And one time the Naracoorte it was when they brought all them school kids out, and they put them back on the bus, and they lined up in 4s and 6s, 3 little buggers, the boys at the back were fighting, and the school teachers hung out them and didn't take any notice. I brought the whip down alongside of them, and they ran. When they took all past, I give it a flick and cooling off the bump, and the school teacher said, if you can get me one of those 30-foot longs, so I can control them in the bus.
Well, when we go down the street at Port Adelaide, man just flicked the whip at the people and they know the 2 old fat man, you poke one after the whip, but she liked it. She loved it. She wanted more. She giggled like bugger. She wanted some more.
Tell us the story of the little black girl on the road.
After we crossed to Wellington, a real bitch of a bloody day, cold, windy day, and very rain. And I'm walking along, I felt somebody attacking me, sleep, I'm down a little dark girl walking on, so I bet it's high. She pleaded, she had big tears in her eyes, pleading, Mister, she said, I can't get her right. I've been up there 3 times, they want me on. The little boy up there, he'd be up there, he'd have 3 rides. And she said, you got the big whip and chase him off. Well, I can't go up there, I'm driving the Bullock. So I used to stop at man, and the next time I stop, I'll try and get you up. So when I dropped, they're going to race back, and I got her up early. Well, when I picked the photo bugger up, she put her arm down my neck and burst into tears. Apparently, nobody ever showed her any kind of. They went up and 2.5 years from the bar, he got down right among the bales, and he's right down in the bottom, he just his eyes peering up. And they pulled him out and got rid of him. But what they do, they get him off that side and run around this way and get on again. And I finally give her riding him up, and she wiped the tears away, and then she walked alongside and she said, please, Mister, can I carry your whip? So I let her carry me bloody Bullock whip, and she's old face, she did it right, you took a water man. Poor little bugger, she only a tiny little girl, but apparently she got there 3 times, they said, no more, there's enough to push them away. But that's what they do, when they get off one side and run around the other. And some I asked somebody out by the road and knocked into 6 miles. We done about 20 miles again, 6. One day, everything was involved, we got involved. They called for the Toyota to get in front of us. I bought the Toyota in front of us. Pam gone, hooked onto the children with a little 2 room, and she got bogged. And they mad me. I want to put that bog with a big truck.
So that put you back a day, did it?
No, we just put it back a day. I don't think it's bloody hiding. We have a portion of badger hide, we were exhausted, we had a portion. And I said, the only way you get there is flogging them. If you have a flogging them, make them full. So you did a Pam, there's not even you and I and Pam when she got bogged. She come with 2 little 3 of them, we flogged them into the camp. And then they decided they'd have a day off. And we got a chance to recover it. And some of this relates to the company, so the camp they had a day off. But then when we started getting following, they got a day after, we just followed him out again. Same thing, we went down into the gully, when we had to find out the gully. On the west coast, we done a survey, one of the several boys come with us, we done a survey trying to find the best way out. So whichever way they went down, they go up, had hills, so there was going to go around that way, like that, and trying to get out.
I thought it was all planned out. I thought it was all planned out, the route you were taking to the
Misplanned.
Misplanned.
The day we went to the country before we went over past my place, you don't think the winds and wind all the time going over the whole club, you reckon it wasn't a good place to take bullocks. It was a terrible place. You reckon you one day you reckon you want 40 bullocks, it was bloody bullshit, like 10 or 12 bullocks. We finally got through. Last year was like worse than this in Adelaide, good heavens knows. Very short, good heavens knows. I've been all the way to Adelaide, not all the way to Adelaide. When we got there stuff, and I said, well, you bloody told me, John Shingle, that we wouldn't strike anything like this on the way to Adelaide, and you reckon the whole cup was bad, the whole cup, nothing compared to this. Boy, I didn't know, because when we done it last year, it had been raining, everything was wet and green. Well, you bloody know what we were like all the time. We struck plays there, we just couldn't travel, didn't we?
Yeah. And if it was black as a nigger, you know, you'd be right alongside the bullocks catching all the dust that they made, and your legs would be black, you know, and everybody took us home for showers, otherwise we'd have black colours when we got there.
We pulled out of the place called the basin. We went down the basin where the night and time on a sand track, and we didn't go 50 yards. I said, you know how far this down? We did a couple of miles. Everybody was trying to pull through this. But he tracked it in, and we had to go to the tractor to pull it through. That tractor was 2 days, didn't it?
Yeah.
I said, no, let's do what I can do. The survey did, bloody, we did. What's wrong with you? You're not as bad, it was wet when we come in.
But the whole trouble is they started off with a lot more weight on the wagon than they ever reckoned.
All the way here.
When we 4.5 tonne, they reckon they left here about 4.5 tonne. When we weighed it at Meningie, it's nearly 6 tonne.
Oh, I told him all along, there's more weight in that wagon than you reckon with it. And he's only 1.5 tonne. And Jack Clark went there one day, he said to me, he walked along, he said, you've got much bloody weight in that wagon. I said, why? He said, you bloody weigh the wagon creek. He said, that's going to be low. I reckon only 4.5 tonne Jack. It's bloody nearly 6. Well, I reckon it's the same.
Yeah.
When we got to Meningie, I said, now, whatever the bloody over the weigh bridge, I said, if it weighs less than 5.5 tonne, we'll weigh one. If it weighs more than 5 tonne, you weigh, buddy. But it weighed 18 kilograms short of 6 tonne. But then we had a big rain on it, and we picked up another bale of wool at Malang.
Yeah.
It took me over 6.5 tonne.
Yeah, to take it well over 6.
And that's why I ended up playing so heavy.
You were picking up wool on the way.
No,
Only one bale was picked up at Malang.
When we was at Wellington, we was close to Adelaide. Then when we went back, we had to go back to Malang. And when we got back to Malang, we was further away from Adelaide. We went back and picked up one bale of wool. They could easily put on as they used water to it. So we got back to Malang. And one of the blokes we met, like on Bill Wright's time, and we were going to Malang for it. You know, you can't away from Adelaide. Well, I know that. You know. That's where they're going. Then when we get to Malang, we went further away. We went back towards Kingston again to get the place all finished.
But didn't they want to stick to the old Bullocky route as much as possible?
Well, that's what I reckon. Well, they've done that.
Well, I think they struck it
That's this side of an English. That's the old well route. That's the old route. That's this side of an English.
Yeah, they struck it in parts, I think. You know,
Probably been lost now. A lot of that stuff, they wouldn't know where it was now. But they would track to it.
Well, how did the Bullocky cross the river in the very old days?
Well, they tell me before they put the barrage at Goulburn, and the river was very dry.
Yeah.
The river on the shore. And they never carried wool from Naracoorte to Port Adelaide. They go to Kingston Road.
Yeah, to go by Sunday.
But they tell me the early days, when this down where the hunting now, the cross was there, it was dry, or running off stick, really big. The old white team, they afforded to be such a they could probably two things together, they double bank to put both things in one load and take it off and make all that. Off into the log hole. But then you have to put the dual barge, barrage there, the river's
Thank you.
Tell the story of the woman trying to find the Bullock team when she pulled the mare up. The railway track.
Oh, that was Francis. Jeff's girl, she rang the police and said she used the wrong term, she knew what the Bullock train was. They said, we don't know lady, but they put this information. And they rang information, and he said, the best thing to do is to ring them little place now, they think it's Bullock. Well, it must have been Bullock. And she rang this copper. And she said, could you tell me where the Bullock train is? He said, I can't tell anything about trains, lady. He said, not even a bloody railway line. This He said, you got a 4-gallon can? No. You got a bit of hose? No. Well, he said, I got both. So he went to his, the job told me to bring him out of fuel. He just brought my arms in there. Because when I bought the vehicle, he said, 8 years ago, he said, the bloke said, no, don't run out of fuel. He do, he said, it's an 8-hour job, and it's practically $200 to get it bled and get it going again. Now this truck, he said, he went to his truck and he got a 4-gallon, 20-year can, the next hose. He stuck it and pulled her up and went over and put some in the tank and unscrewed something and put her in on top of the injection and try it. No go. He led to someone else and try, no go. And he visited the third place, try, and old doctor, he went, so he walked up off the road. So she went. It's 20 minutes, the truck hadn't gone. And this bloody bloke beside in the car told him it was an 8-hour job, and it cost him $200 to believe he could go. Old doc came back, he couldn't talk. But ever after then, every time we saw a doc, we always called him a diesel mechanic.
Next morning he got up, he had blue overalls on. I said, the diesel mechanic here this morning.
Yeah, this truck hadn't gone in 20 minutes. All he had to do was bleed it in 3 places.
He knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing. And when he said it's out of fuel, the doc threw his arms in despair. He said, told you I'll take it back to Drayton and wait all day and pay you on the buck. And he said to the bloke, what the hell? He's like, you don't know anything, mate. You get on your way, don't know anything. Give me 20 litres of fuel. Started the car, the doc couldn't talk. He said, I think it's such good people in the world.
What about the places you stayed at along the way? They were generally pretty good, weren't they?
We didn't top it. We didn't top it.
Oh, well, we had different camps in wool sheds and hay sheds.
We never went in anybody's home all the way along.
Shed.
Not even have a shower. The one thing all Kelly made, people come and invite us to the house, and no, we couldn't go to the house. People down Maroo. There's a woman, Mrs. What was the name? First over the raid. I can't think of her name. She came out and after you have tea, there's nothing. She worked at a big lounge, she'll sit around and have a talk. And I said to Jim, no, he said, we don't do that. She said, it's down here, so they come down there. I think it's about 30 people down there. And in fact, George Sylvester came and looked for me, she couldn't find me. She, that woman in the Little Luca shop is Phil's assistant. Mrs. Henry McClintock, she came out 2 days later and found me way up in the holiday. She told me Phil said you couldn't find me. I was over the whisker on, she didn't recognise me. We never went to anybody's home, they didn't have a shower, and someone gave us a cup of coffee because we weren't never in any home, they always come to the camp. People come to the camp and have tea with us, Peter Bentley, what they come and have tea with us.
It's the night the dog come in the
night the dog comes in. One nurse came out one night, and we wanted to do the work, they were all like camping, and she said, can I come back in the morning? She said, I've got to go on night duty. She said, well, I'm not going, no, she said, you're not going at 6. That was long field from where she was. I don't know where she was, in Meningie, where she was.
No, that was at Dennis' place.
Well, that's along the field road, that's right, that's still the field road. She must have come from Meningie. She said, I'll come back in the morning, she said, I'll go off duty. Well, you come and have breakfast, she'd have back there, still in the uniform, and had porridge, had toast with her breakfast, watch it go up. Then she followed 2 or 3 others, she went, and they'd go back and have a sleep and go on duty that night. And when we got this side of Meningie, and Malang, wasn't it? This side of Malang, he had to leave us that next day and go and fly over Melbourne to a bloody wedding. He went over two different weddings. I don't know what he was doing, Banjo, I reckon he was doing a certain job, I know he wasn't. I think he went over, and we knew we'd be a man short next day. Somebody else would ride the horse. Well, I didn't want to ride the bloody horse, I knew Banjo didn't. That only left Kelly or Schenkel to ride the horse. And apparently Schenkel can't ride a horse. He'd ride a push buggy, not a horse. Kelly didn't want to ride it. And he was walking along before he got into Malang. And this girl come along, talking to me. I said, you don't know any young person around Malang who wants a job tomorrow? She said, what doing? I said, riding the horse and bringing a spare bullocks along. Well, she said, I'll do it. He said, what should I do if he doesn't got a horse? Well, we've got a horse here. You know where we've got a horse. Well, she said, I'll do it. He said, better go and tell Mum and Dad first, or the father wanted to tell them caravan park in Malang.
Yeah.
I said, we might want it for 2 days. Which I'll do for both days. And she came back, no, she didn't. Then said, I'll do it for 1 day, I'll do it for tomorrow. And I said, well, if it is a horse, I'll be nice and quiet. We went over and showed him tonight. And after a girl riding, a 13-year-old girl riding back in Naracoorte. I took him out in the morning, I came out for breakfast. And she landed out there right in the middle for breakfast. We had a leg on the horse, and this small girl on the horse was pretty tall. We had a leg on the horse. Man used to beat me to it every time.
I bet you did.
His leg pretty bloody high too, bumped the knee every time. He put on the horse, and she rode the horse all day. She really enjoyed it.
She done a good job.
She come back that night, and when she came, we gave her a complimentary book. She come and give her a hug, and she really enjoyed it. There was something to talk about. And she's nursing in Adelaide. So I was something to talk about when I get back. She brought the cattle on and done a real good job. But everybody we met has been over back to try and help her.
Yeah, then we got to feed the ducks one night.
They forfeit the ducks altogether.
Yeah, we got that and the boys went off and
Yeah, they went to Holder,
cut yards and they went off and shot 30 ducks.
They shot 9 fresh ducks, the young bloody 2 wild young buggers from Burko from Holder. Mick Burko's boy. Come roaring back through the bloody camp at midnight, a bloody old flapped out bloody jeep on, didn't they? And right through the bloody camp, a couple of bloody screamer breaks.
What did you sort of do at night with like people coming out and seeing you? If there wasn't anybody there, was there ever a night when there wasn't anyone there?
Only one night.
We only got one night, we didn't somebody come to us.
Oh no, one night we camped out in that lane from Wellington. There was nothing in the camp, only the Bullock and the wagon left down the lane. Nobody camped out at night.
Where went that?
When we went that lane where
right,
Bullock out.
down all over a cold wet night, down that night, yeah, and they Bullocks in the wagon, that's right.
They left the wagon and the Bullocks down the lane.
In the morning they cleaned the bloody wagon out.
They hooked onto it, this he was the Toyota, and they put it around on the locks. And they couldn't pull it. You were spinning the wheels on the metal road, and they had to pull it down. They were spent an hour and a half there trying to pull it out. I said, why did you pull it down the road and gradually come out on the road? And they hooked on the back and pulled it up to the main road where we could hook on.
When the cleaning back went the night before the coal went over across the Wellington, the first road they found, they left the bloody 3-chain wide main road and found a little narrow road going that one, they died down there, and I thought when they go down, it's real downhill, and I couldn't stand it. I thought,
heavy too, eh?
Down the lane was right here, and oh, we'll get out, King, we'll get out. But then the one they couldn't get out.
They're going to cut the fence and put the Bullocks on, take a circle around the paddock.
Toyota used to stand and spin the wheels, and we had to pull the wagon out backwards. We finally got on the road and pulled out backwards, bloody 3 or 4 chain, wasn't it?
Yeah,
real
pole up and steer it.
Real bugger place to camp, I don't know why they ever camped there. They could have camped on the main road, on a big wide road, and sure heading away with the gun. No,
they all pull up the wrong way.
That's a crazy thing.